Hey everybody, so I want to try putting on the new carb. So yeah, I did all that stuff, and I'm gonna go over here, maybe lift up the jerry can, see if I can get some gas getting down to the pump. Sometimes it helps if you lift up the jerry can. Make sure the hose down there at the bottom. Anyway, all right, reach in, start her up, let's see. Whoa. Woo. Looks like I need to maybe adjust one of the idle screws on there. Okay, that's the throttle screw, and so the other one was gonna be, I guess, that one right there. Geez. Where's that small screwdriver when you need it? There it is. Alright, well, I think a good way to do this would be to do it while the engine's running. Alright, here we go. Shit. I'm turning up by hand now. I'm turning it by hand. Weird. See if the other, I turned it all the way over. Let's see if the other way will sort it out. I'm stuck. Alright, there we go, it's turning now. See if I can back it off a little. Stuck. Hang on. Hang on. All right. So, this is a bad spot for not having a that's a bad spot for, maybe I could turn on that one too. I think that's the idle screw right there. All right, so I thought that was the idle. I thought that's the idle screw right here, but I had it actually turned in all the way, and it was still, well, you heard it. So maybe what was happening is maybe this throttle screw right here But I thought this one over here was the throttle screw. Maybe this is the throttle stop screw. Maybe I need to turn this one out. Maybe I need to turn that one out too. Maybe the reason why nothing was happening after I turned in what I think is the idle screw all the way closed and nothing was happening to the idle. Maybe what was happening was this screw right here. Maybe this screw needed to be turned down because maybe this was activating the throttle quite a bit. I think that's what was going on. I think that's what was going on. Let's see what that does. But then I wonder what this is over here. I wonder what screw that is over there. Huh. I wonder what that screw is over there. Well, let's see if that screw is turned out. Enough. Alright, well anyways, so I'm gonna turn in the idle speed. Alright, so it's loose enough that I'm going to be able to turn it back in, and it's loose enough that I'm going to be able to turn it back out. So I'm just going to leave it where I can manage it, because where it was before, it was so tight I couldn't turn it. But let's go back in the Rambler and let's see what happens. Yeah, that's why it's so hard to get to the ignition. All right, here we go. Well, something happened, and I think what it was is I turned down the throttle quite a bit. This screw quite a bit, so I turned it back in a tiny bit, so we'll see what happens. Let's see. It seemed like it was getting some gas there. You can't lean over there. I was just stuff in my way. Oh, I hurt my back. Ooh, seems like there's a lot of gas in there. Right, just gave it a little bit of a shot of gas. Running pretty rough there. Now it's not. Now it's not going at all. Turn that up a little. I don't think it smells like a lot of gas. Where's that little gold screw? Is that it? Yeah, that's it right there. Maybe I should take off the valve cover again. Hang on a sec, guys. Well, I think I flooded the engine, and I'm also not sure if this screw right here is the throttle stop screw. I'm thinking that this screw right there is the throttle stop screw, and this is the idle screw. And the idle screw is, I got it opened up pretty wide there, but it's not running anymore. And the engine was kind of trying to start there after I was fiddling around with the choke screw while it was open. But yeah, I guess that means that it needs more air or something. But I don't know why it was running so rough before. I don't know. I think it might have something to do with the fact that, I'll use the old carb as an example. That's about how big the intake manifold hole is, right? But this new carb, this new carb, the hole at the bottom of the carburetor, it's a lot wider than the hole on the intake manifold. So I think that what might be happening is the fuel is having a really hard time getting down into the engine. I think that might be it. I want to use this carb, but I think what might need to happen is I might need to take off the intake manifold and bore out the hole a little bit wider, I guess, because the spots on the carburetor where the fuel goes in for the idle, I think, because the throttle jet is like in the middle of the carb on the other side. It's over here. But I mean, when you hit the throttle, it goes squirt, squirt, and it squirts into the engine. But I think that maybe, yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know what's going on. I don't really have a whole lot of experience with it. But Tom J, he said that this carb, when you get it, the jet that the metering rod goes into is an incorrect size, so it's quite smaller than it's supposed to be, and he said he drilled it out like a little bit. Yeah, so I haven't done that with this carburetor yet. I just put it on just to see if it would work out, and it kind of hasn't. Yeah. Anyways, so that's that situation. There's the other carb. Yeah. Welded in some new floor pieces. The driver's side floor is almost done. It's really messy stuff, the flux core welding. And I'm not really sure if I need to turn up the heat or what, because a lot of the weld just kind of looks like it's sitting on top of the metal, you know. But yeah, and over here, the reason why this is here is because the floor rises up over there, you know, for what I said before, for the exhaust manifold, and it kind of angled back down to this thing, like level over here, but I couldn't bend the metal, so I just kind of left it like that. Looks a little weird, but you're not really going to see too much of it because the seat kind of comes up to right about here, I suppose, and you're not really going to see this. You're probably going to feel it though. It's about like an inch and a quarter, inch and a half, inch and a quarter, something like that, difference in height here, but not over there. I mean, over there, I mean, your foot's pretty much all going to still be in the same spot than it used to be back before I fucked it up. So yeah, I fixed the gas tank again. This time I drilled. No, I didn't drill, but I tapped all these holes, and then I clamped the broken metal piece that was inside, and I welded it after I rinsed it out with water and let it air out for about a month and a half. And I tapped those holes, and then I put in these bolts, and now it is on there, and I tested it and it didn't leak. And I also, you know, tested that because I took that out to see if that was leaking, and it wasn't. So I put that back in there, and then I tested it and it didn't leak, and I painted it up so it looks pretty cool. And yeah, it's nice to be spending some daytime in the Rambler instead of at nighttime all the time. And the days are getting longer every day by 2 minutes. That's good news. All right, try this one more time. See if it dried out yet. Nope. I think maybe I flooded the engine. I need to kind of like let it air out or something like that. I think I'm gonna open up the choke here and let the carb and the intake air out. Huh. That's not really doing what I thought it would do. There we go. I'm gonna let that air out. I have an electric choke for it, just haven't set it up yet. Alright guys. You know what? These are 100% natural. 100% natural. No chemicals or anything. For sale in native territories. Pretty sweet. Alright. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. 1958 Rambler Super Part 102. Thanks a lot, everybody. Bye-bye.